Thinking Randoweisser is such a quick way to become fashionable. Pour 'em up, Lloyd.
Hello everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today we are doing the Randoweisser Elite Deep Dive, and today we have the Red Rock Blaster Special, dude. That's pretty good. This Elite Deep Dive, I think is in, it's in Radioactive Exclusion Zone. We've started with Driller today, and I'm trying to join something. I meant to do it solo. Wonderful. And I think I've already done this one on my other save file. I don't really remember. Listen, man, everything like blurs together whenever I'm playing in DRG today. What weapon do we have? Is that goo cannon or is that flamethrower? I genuinely have no idea. If it's flamethrower, we're gonna have a time. If it's goo cannon, we're also gonna have a time. And if it's cryo cannon, we're also gonna have a time. Alright, so Randoweisser, we all know how this works. I am going to try and guess the upgrades and overclocks I have on my primary and secondary, and maybe my other modifications on like the armor and stuff. We have Goo Cannon with 40, which means we have the mag size upgrade, and 120, which means we don't have any of the ammo downsides. We have Quick Charge. Is that normal? How many was this Vim? Is this actually Vim? Well, it's absolutely not Vim, and it's not. Do we have? Wonderful. I'm so glad that there's a tentacle. Bosco, can you kill this before I die? Thank you. This place is fucking awful. We have axes. What was that? I just absolutely took fall damage and died. Do we have Vampire? We're about to see if we have Vampire. We absolutely do not have Vampire. Alright, do we have Vim? God. Get out of here. Both of you, little bastards, are being assholes. This man right there, he cannot be alive anymore. Alright, do we have Thin Containment Field? Oh my god, that's so slow. We have something that's not Thin Containment Field. I have no idea what that is, but that is absolutely one of the most cursed things I've ever seen in my life. Alright, let's see. No Thin Contain... We might have Plasma Splash. Oh my god, do we have Plasma Splash? We have Plasma Splash! This is already awful. Dude, I have no idea what our overclock is for the... We don't have... Yeah, we don't have AG. We don't have... I assume we don't have Disperser Compound, because that's what, like 3? What other overclocks are there for Goo Cannon, dude? We might have Explosive Goo, and I just have no idea, because we don't have any of the required things for it. That does decent we have projectile damage? Like charge shot projectile damage, because that does decent damage. This is going about as well as I can ever imagine. What is the stage? We have lethal enemies. That's what the stage is. That's kind of horrifying, not gonna lie. You're just dead to that. Like, guaranteed he is just absolutely cooked. Alright, all these loot bugs that are flying around the place need to get out of here. I don't subscribe to their loot bug, like, theories of what it means to be alive. So they need to, like, stop being here. Our EP, like, just a fair warning for this entire video. We don't have a secondary, because it is EPC with Plasma Splash, which means anything that it was going to be good at, which EPC is basically only good, like, base EPC, is only good at, like, one thing, and that is with Cryo. It is absolutely just a worthless primary, without Thin Containment Field, and without any Cryo, and also without Combustive Goo. There might as well just not be an overclock here. Do we have Persistent Plasma? No, we don't, of course. I can't even shoot the Warden! Because I have Plasma Splash, and that lowers... Fucking... Get out of here. This is... It's awful, dude. I have Plasma Splash, which means I can't hit the Warden for full damage on its weak spot. I'm doing half damage on its weak spot. So it's just like, why the fuck would I even bring this? This is so bad. I think the title of this video is going to be EPC is basically worthless without certain builds. And that is cryo involved or goo involved and no thin containment field involved. Why the hell are you even bringing this build, huh? Okay, so what's the things? We have a pump jack. We see the third pump jack? Yeah, I definitely see the third pump jack. It's going to be over here in this freaking room. And we have 2 eggs, which means we are guaranteed to have at least 1 swarm. We have fast egg. We absolutely have fast egg. That's not that bad. Also, I would like to... There's a hole here. Well, how did I not take damage? What the hell? We have, what is it? The Sweet Tooth? That's the modification. Yeah, we have Sweet Tooth, we have Dash, we have Berserker. Both pretty good overclock, or pretty good things. We have, Unstoppable, I think was what this is. Because we're moving so fast with this. Usually I wouldn't be able to tell that we had Unstoppable, but, you know, it's just very easy this time, because we actually carry some... I have no idea what this overclock is. You know what? That's dealing some decent damage. It might be, like, full damage EPC with Plasma Splash for whatever reason. Because we definitely don't have Burning Nightmare, and we definitely don't have Thin Containment Field. So it has to be Plasma Splash. Why does Plasma Splash exist? You know what? I'm just gonna, like, not even talk about the fact that Plasma Splash exists. Alright, I've already harped on it enough. We're also Driller on a Pump Jack mission, a refinery, which means the refinery basically doesn't exist. I should check what we have for modifications for the drills here. Also, I really like the color of these drills. I have a mod on, not a modification, that makes it so that my class items are changed according to my primary and secondary colors on my weapons. Do we know where the other egg is? Because that'll spawn another swarm, and that sounds fun at the moment. Note, I am saying at the moment, because that is never what you want to do, is have two waves at once. I'm gonna get Bosco to build this thing. Come here. Okay, get stuck on that. That's nice. That's absolutely nice. Bosco, can you build that real quick? Also, we have exploders, which, like... Good job. No, you're not... That does damage, dude. We have, like, hydrogen ion additive. We must have hydrogen ion additive. Just, like, how much damage that is doing. Like, that's a dead bug. Holy hell. Can we... I didn't realize this overclock was going to be as good as it is. Just Goo Cannon can carry by itself, is essentially what this is. Like, look at this. They're just dead. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what build I have. Absolutely, because Goo Cannon already is, like, one of Driller's best options for dealing with bugs. And now this is just, like, Vim, only slightly worse? I don't know. Vim is a... It's a weird condition that Vim has. That didn't kill him? We have to have, like, AoE. Why is it always the fact that I play Randoweisser, and it always gives me, like, AoE, or it gives me... Because it's the one that I notice the most. That's the reason why, if you really want to talk about it. It's the one that I notice the most because it's the worst one out of them all. Like, really, play with any other, like, cooldown and damage, and then play with the AoE, and it's essentially, like, you're not even playing with a power attack overclock. And then, even better, play with damage, and then play with cooldown. And you just find out that damage is just always better. It kills slashers in one hit, which is the reason why I run it. It just damages oppressors a lot more. there's no real reason to ever run anything else. Maybe if you're like, I don't know why I'm going that way. Maybe if you're like scout or something and you're just like, yeah, I want to dig holes because my engineer is not very good or whatever have you. Maybe that's why you're taking cooldown. But any other class is just taking... Can I help you? Is just going to take the other one. Which is damage. There shouldn't be a third tier in there. Just like, oh yeah, I have Berserker, that's right. Oh, this Berserker sucks. I forgot. Because I have AoE. Alright, next swarm is... I haven't even checked what my C4 is at all. There's no real reason to check what my C4 is. I mean, I went down once. That's mostly due to I got leeched. It's really not my problem, alright? I mean, it is exclusively my problem. That is entirely a skill issue if you get leeched. Though, I will say, how could I have known that I would get leeched? Alright, what is my grenade? We already know what my grenade is. Why is there even a question there? I've tossed my grenade multiple times. Hello? Thank you. I was more wanting to figure out what my... That ticked me twice. That's kind of insane that did. Alright, let's see what my C4 is. Is it AoE? Holy god, it's AoE. It's also volatile? Oh, no. That is... an unusable C4 if I've ever seen one. If I use a C4 on this mission, again, it is entirely because I forgot that it is one of the most dangerous C4s that I could have ever put onto my weapon. That's a recipe to kill me. Is that fine? Oh yeah, it's a fun thing. Alright, I'm never gonna use this EPC for anything else besides, like, shooting things. Which isn't very good in the first place. This EPC would be so much better if I had, you know, cryo involved at a point in time. But, you know, we've gone through, what, 2 swarms now, and I am just now needing a resupply instead of, like, a swarm and a half. I keep forgetting that I don't have damage. So the start of this Elite Deep Dive is already making the rest of it be easy in comparison, because it is... we have second wind. This is, like, the first mission, and we already have 2 resupplies, and we're gonna get more because of that. Also, why did I go that way instead of the other way? What am I smoking whenever I'm building these pipelines? I don't know. I'm probably smoking a lot of things. At the current moment, I'm currently on water. Absolutely delicious water. Alright, let's get this going. What is this build gonna struggle at if it is further on into this thing? Oh, it's a damage over time build, with the only source of real damage right now being EPC, and that really isn't a good section, so any bulk detonators that are going to show up are going to be awful. So that means salvage is going to be awful. Dealing with sabotage with this build is going to be awful, because our main damage source is goo cannon, which is good for rivals, but Haxi is going to just, like, struggle a little bit. The Doretta Hearthstone segment is just going to be awful as well. So, out of all of those, what is going to be the worst one out of those all? Like, it's a shit show no matter what if any of those show up. Alright? The best things are like egg missions, crystals are gonna be fine. The what is it? The freaking point extract's gonna be fine because I'm driller. Mining missions are going to be fine. Basically, anything that aren't those missions are just going to be fine. Elimination is going to be absolutely awful as well. Don't forget about that. Yes, it is literally going to be me essentially just, like, zoned out because it's elimination. It's not that hard to dodge the bugs. But, dear God, is it just going to take a long time to deal with. Also, we have HP modification, so that's something to talk about, I guess. I don't like the HP modification, but the HP modification is fine every single time. Like, if you actually care about, I'm taking the HP modification over the shield because blah, 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 or I'm taking the shield modification because blah, 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 you're reading too much into it. It doesn't matter most of the time. Alright, if you don't go down in the mission, neither one of them is going to matter. Alright? In my personal opinion, I think the shield one is better because it blocks more damage. You take a lot less chip damage. Like, if you get hit by a grunt, it's going to... Also, we just talk about that real quick. If you get hit by a grunt, it takes 3 grunt shots to actually break your shields and stuff, too, and then you start taking HP damage. Does that really matter? Not if you go down. So, I went down this mission. Does it matter? No. Take whichever one you want more. It literally doesn't matter. People who say it actually matters are smoking some crack, alright? Like, if you go down once, maybe the HP mod will matter, like, make it so that you haven't went down, or maybe the shield mod wouldn't... It's like people saying Iron Will is the best modification in the game because it can save missions, and, like, yeah, sure, it can absolutely save missions, but what if you had, like, another perk? What if you had Shield Link and you ran up to a different to a dwarf and Shield Linked him, and now he didn't go down, so now I had no reason to use Iron Will because I went down obviously in this scenario, but now that guy's alive because he had Shield Link that entire time. So, like, there's 2 dwarves up, or, you know, he's up, and so I don't need to use Iron Will. Or maybe, like, I went down, but in the case of me using Iron Will, I can use, you know, See You in Hell instead, and that's basically a free revive on me if there's other dwarves alive, alright? Maybe, like, Field Medic could have saved that mission, or maybe, like, Dash could have saved that mission as well. Or, in some weird scenario, I have any reason to be taking... Oh, we're just fucking done. I have any reason to be taking, like, Berserker, and Berserker could have saved the mission. Like, that's a rare one as well. Do not do what you were about to do. Actually, just take one of these. I completely forgot that was AoE. As I was tossing, I should not be getting this. We don't have resupplier. So... Yes, Iron Will is a very good perk because it can save missions, alright? But it will only save missions in, like, I need a deposit, please? Thank you. Okay. That's good for deposits. Could you take some damage? Thank you. I should, Well, I was about to say I should get a resupply, but I think it's a little bit too spicy to get a resupply. It's fine. Just take a little bit of damage. The resupply will give me the damage. Thank you. Or heal my HP, and then just avoid getting bit by those things. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. The thing is just going to be happening over here somewhere. Right? No, I am a lie. I'm also getting stuck on all sorts of things. I'm also Driller, which means I'm not really getting stuck on all sorts of things, huh? Alright, well that's an easy first mission. Next thing that we're going to do is look up what we have to be working with. Like, Iron Will doesn't matter 99% of the missions. 90% of the missions doesn't matter. If you're playing on the hazard that is appropriate for you, which is maximum going to be Hazard 5 All, maybe in Hazard 5 All it actually matters because, you know, people are going down all the time because it's Hazard 5 All and all that. But in Hazard 5, it's not going to matter all too much. This is a wonderful mission type. It is a Morkite mission with Shield Disrupt, which doesn't matter. And then it's Repair 2 Mules. That is a fantastic mission type for this build. Alright. We are entering into that mining mission I told you all about beforehand. Now let's take a look at the build. That is hydrogen ion additive with fumar blah 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 acid. It's the more DPS, and then we have a longer DPS, like a longer sludge. That's why it's so powerful. I understand. Instead of the ammo, we have this one. These two, this combination is actually really powerful. I'm enjoying this. Goo Cannon just surprises me. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be looking at this. This is Overcharger. Yeah. Certainly an Overcharger build. This feels awful to use. It just is awful to use. Let me do that. We have Second Wind, Unstoppable, Sweet Tooth. We guessed all of them. The right-clicking in that screen turns it off. Wow, okay. We have Faster, and Bloody Drills. We could have guessed Bloody Drills, but I never used it to mine. We have AoE, Kill Switch, Volatile, and Stun. I never knew that we had Stun, but I definitely could look at it. So yeah, this build for the Goo Cannon is just pretty good. It does a lot of damage over time. I'm not too sure like what the DPS of the goo is. All I know is that things melt whenever I hit them, and that is fantastic. I know goo is like my least favorite primary on Driller. It's always going to be that. I just don't enjoy goo as much as I enjoy Flamethrower. And then Cryo Cannon is like, it's kind of okay. It used to be my favorite, and then I just stopped enjoying it for some reason. And goo just has, like, this. That's not hitting me. What? Did they change that? Is, like, AoE damage not existent? Okay, maybe my problems with goo are completely made up in my head. Maybe I am absolutely hallucinating about whatever the hell. But anyway, I highly recommend this build. The only, like, what are the changes that I would change to this? With the nozzle, the launcher making it more damaging on impact, I would change this to... I wouldn't change it. Like, it's fine. Yeah, everything in this build is fine. Maybe, like... I don't even know what I would change, actually. If I had to put this to anything. It has plenty of ammo, because it has the mag size upgrade, so it gives me basically 20 ammo for free. And, like, that's all I really want. Thank you, Bosco. I'm so glad. Get some Plasma Splash in there. We do have some... Maybe I'm just sleeping on EPC's normal damage. That it's just... Normal damage is just so good. Maybe I am just absolutely smoking my own farts whenever I don't like EPC. And I will say that I'm probably absolutely not smoking my own farts, because EPC is kind of terrible. In my opinion, EPC is the worst. And is that fine? Oh, absolutely that's fine. Get out of here, and then the last one is up there. Get that out of here. I missed, apparently. And that's gone, and then just hit it once. That missed, apparently. Get out of here. Alright, yeah, this is going fantastically. I wonder if the goo is as much as I care about. No, out of... There's fucking swarmers! Okay, we have dash, we have dash, we have dash. In fact, these goo puddles are lasting for such a long time. Like, actually, I would change the charge shot to be the more ammo efficient one. Actually, that's what I would change. Sounds like a good option to do, because I'm not charge shotting all too often. The way that you want to have the charge shots be is if get out of here. I have Plasma Splash. I'm not scared of you. I think these guys are dead even through the Warden shield. I mean, the Warden stopped moving, so who? This Warden is he okay? Wild. Yeah, the only things I would change with this build are, like, have like something that does damage like instantaneous damage, like, I don't know, ER or explosive reload on Sabata, and like heavy hitter, like a fire heavy hitter, just for a little bit more DPS and my puddles that last a long time. That just sounds... I love how he triggered as soon as I saw him. That's kind of weird. Is this MCR? No, this is not MCR. MCR makes it so that That's wild. Oh, I have a wave. You know what you guys can have? You can have some of that. Some of that action is what you guys can have. Is he dead? Yeah. Some like ER would do well with this. Like maybe wave? Like wave doesn't do immediate damage, so like it's not gonna be that good, but it is like more dot damage if you take a wave, what is it, 5-1. It does a little bit more damage, it gives a little bit more DPS, and like there's gonna be plenty of time like this. That proc on this guy is just going to deal a lot of damage. So it's really like a whatever. With goo, I think driller primaries just mostly don't, or secondaries just mostly don't really benefit goo all too much. Like the main thing that you could say benefits goo a lot is on fire status effect, and that's from Burning Nightmare. And Burning Nightmare is certainly a thing to be taking. I don't like it, and I don't think I'll ever like it because it's on EPC. And EPC is probably my least favorite weapon in the game, followed very closely by Wave Cooker. And then, like, my third least favorite... It's a hard one. That genuinely is a hard one, because I'm just thinking of what guns I actually dislike using. I guess, like, base PGL. Any base PGL, like, you know, just no overclocks. And RJ, because it's just base PGL again. Those, I guess? Zukovs without, you know, Cryo Mindlets is pretty bad. Like, I don't know. GK, or M1000 is also not very good, or not very fun, in my opinion. Mostly because it is fire on release. I guess pretty much any of the fire on release guns aren't as fun as just the burr guns, like just I fire. Coil isn't very fun as well, because I don't like how powerful it has become and what it has become of just coil fear is the way to go, and how meta it is become. It's too much, in my opinion. But that's just the state of the game now. This is not where I want to be with a C4 in my hand. Don't do it. Okay. Yeah, Molly! Oh. Don't do it. Okay, we're fine. God. Molly almost absolutely fucked me. But as much as I like Speedster, and as much as I, like... Speedster just makes Molly even more dangerous than what she usually is whenever she, like, runs into you and pushes you for a little bit. Because she just... Oh my fucking god, that made me... That jump. Holy, that scared the shit out of me. Bosco, are you gonna shoot this guy? Thank you. He's shocked him, so at least he's dead, right? Bosco's just a companion of all time. God bless. Who here actually... He didn't even kill the leech! Jesus Christ. And I think Bosco with Speedster usually kills leeches fairly consistently. No, he absolutely fucking doesn't. He doesn't kill leeches fairly consistently, apparently. There's already loot bugs trying to eat my Morkite. Get out of here. This is my Morkite, not yours. Wow! That is possibly the worst wave to have ever waved while I was driller with this specific build. That's fucked up. That is really fucked up. Luckily, I don't have any C4s. Luckily, I have axes. So if there is a giant wave that proceeds to come into me right now, There they are. I was looking for you. I can literally just hit them with a goo, and then they just die. Like, Nactera goo bombers are going to be the ones that don't die to this. Like, you're dead, right? You're just also dead. The Brundles don't die to this. That's kind of surprising, honestly, that Brundles have enough HP to survive the hydrochloric acid, or whatever this overclock is, hydrogen ion additive, and the extra length of the DPS, and also the extra damage of the DPS. That is... You're still not dead? What the fuck? It's actually kind of insane. Also, I fired a charge shot there by accident. I didn't mean to, but alright. There is a grabber. Let's hope the grabber... Oh my god. Well... Horrifying is what's happening here. I think he's just dead to Bosco and me. And then this guy is also absolutely dead. Get out of here. And then trigger EPC Plasma Splash, because I assume you take more damage to Plasma Splash, because I assume it's like a fire-based explosive. I'm not actually too sure if it's a fire-based explosive. I'm just literally making guesses. You know, while I'm thinking about it, of the differences I would change in this build is EPC and also fragment count. Instead of having it do more damage, I would have more fragments. Very simply, that would just make the charge shot a lot better, and then change the charge shot to be slower, but, you know, more ammo productive. That would be wonderful with this build. Oh. Okay, so nothing matters in the final stage. Literally, it's low O2, and that is the worst that we got. And then we also have volatile guts. We have 500 nitra, so, like, we don't need to care about scouring the cave for anything. This is going to be a interesting Hearthstone, to say the minimum about this. I might just skip to the Hearthstone, because, like, we have volatile guts. There's no waves in volatile guts. It is one of the most boring anomalies that you can ever get. And then, you know, low OT is fucking low O2. Who cares about it? Most people don't even play with low O2. And then, you know, volatile guts exists, I guess. Alright, so we are starting the Drilldozer. I don't see this being... I could have pre-drilled to, like, clear out the entire cave. And that's the smart decision to do, is pre-drill. Unfortunately, I'm not a baby-back bitch, so I'll never pre-drill if I have the option to not. Even if I hear, like, a bulk in the next cave, or a Betsy in the next cave, there is about 0% chance that I am pre-drilling. Now, there is a case to not pre-drill, or to pre-drill, and that is the secondary objectives. Very simply, I'm just gonna go do those after the cave's done. Like, it is the exact same of pre-drilling, is I'm getting something done whenever Doretta is not existing, so I'll just, you know, concede on that point. But this doesn't exist. Like, I have maybe... Also, these swarmers walked around the fucking puddles. People... I sound like a crazy person whenever I'm like, yeah, if you lay down an AoE effect on the ground, bugs are going to pathfind around it. I sound like an absolute crazy person whenever, like, I say it and think about it. But there is proof right there. Absolute and unequivocal proof that that just happened. And then it just doesn't happen. What the... I don't... Oh my god, I don't know. I wonder how much DPS, or like total DPS this build does. Because it has to be like an amount. Like definitely an amount of damage. It kills acid spitters in one hit, which is really what I'm loving about it. I think normal builds also do that. Also, why do we have so much swarmers? Usually I struggle with swarmers with goo cannon, but this is just like a breeze to deal with. Like, this is lovely, dude. Please don't have any cave leeches, that's what they are called. I mean, that's also pretty bad. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, we're fine. We just need to deal with the Barrage Infector and not stand on Doretta while we're dealing with the Barrage Infector. We have fucking axes. Every single time, like, Driller's Grenades either matter a lot for your build, or they're, like, super fucking garbage that nobody cares about, and you just, like, might as well toss them whenever you feel like. And the problem with that is anytime that they do actually matter, like, you know, with this build, where, hey, man, I have something that I really want dead, anytime it, like, just has a lot of HP, I just completely forget about it. Also, you know, EPC fucking exists during this build, so, you know, that's also probably something I should be utilizing a bit more, because it is volatile guts, and that just makes EPC, this build of EPC, at least at minimum, decent. Alright, let's just start up this Drilldozer. There's no real reason to go get the mules right now. Like, the other mule is just going to take a while to get. It's all the way back in the first cave. Are we on... We're on pace to get the speed demon. We have, what, like, 4 minutes to deal with it? Not 4 minutes, yeah, like 4 minutes to deal with it because of how slow Doretta's gonna be, or how slow Bully's gonna be getting to the thing, so... I don't think it's in the cards for us right now, but it is certainly something that we could have, like, planned. How much ammo do I have for this? Didn't I just get a resupply too? Yes, we did, actually. Yeah, because there's a resupply missing out of that one. The main problem is Volatile Guts is hurting Doretta. That's not really a bad thing now, is it? It's killing the bugs around Doretta. I think this is going to just be such a one note that it's not really gonna matter. Alright, now the stage that might matter. Do we get rocks? No, we don't get rocks. Okay, we get beamers, and that's just super easy to deal with. Don't do it. I really wished he did the, like, scream tactic and just absolutely annihilated my booty hole, like, you know, he just did. Also, can I get on top of Doretta, please? That would be wonderful. There is a problem going into the fourth stage. We have a stalker somewhere. It's actually up there. I just saw it. I don't know where it went. There it is. It's coming after me. Hopefully it just died. Is this rocks? Oh. This is not gonna be fun. How is this not gonna be fun? Well, the fact of the matter is, I don't have any way of dealing with the rocks? Besides, like, damaging Doretta and then repairing her, or trying to repair her before, like, the rocks actually hit her. That is a roly-poly. Oh my god. There's a... He's still alive. He's not the... Please let me repair Doretta. Thank you. Alright. All those just, like, eat shit. Could you just take damage, please? Thank you. Alright, the Stalker is mostly dead, so I don't really have to worry about her. About the Stalker hitting me. Because it's just going to walk into the things, maybe actually do some damage. Oh, I can just stand on top of this. And now I'm fully immune to damage. Alright, well, that's this done. Alright, and that was Hearthstone done. That was exceedingly easy. Like, just one of the easiest things that I've done in a Elite Deep Dive in a very long time. And that is because Volatile Guts is just definitely a mutator of all time. And now we get to deal with this garbage. Hopefully there's a leech so I can lose a life during this stage. Oh, okay. Dude, with Second Wind and Sweet Tooth, we are freaking zooming. Look at this, holy hell. I didn't think a dwarf could go so fast. That is absolutely hilarious. To trigger Second Wind, I have to stop triggering. That is unequivocally sad that I have to stop triggering Second Wind or not, yeah, I think it is called second wind, to trigger dash. Like, can't there be a cooldown period where, like, I have triggered second wind, I am getting that full, like, 12 movement speed, and then, like, I stop moving, and then, like, the 12 movement speed goes down to normal movement speed over the course of, like, 2 seconds or 1 second, and if you matter to... Also, I didn't hear that stalker at all, by the way. I just saw him last second and killed him, because I'm just that Chad. Like, after 1 second, your movement speed returns to normal. That would be absolutely fantastic for, like, if you trigger second wind again within that 1 minute or 1 minute period or 1 second period, you keep the full bonuses of second wind or some garbage like that. Can I help you all? Can I leave, please? Why do you have to be in such an awkward location? Alright, let's get the hell out of here. I assume this isn't going to be that bad. Yeah, we're going back to the Hearthstone room. What the hell was that? You... Excuse me? That's so bullshit! That is one of the most bullshit things I've ever seen in my life. It died behind me, but then it, like, clipped and spawned in front of me because there was a wave spawning in front of me, and so it, like, left the goo trail in front? What the hell? That... If that actually if I had 0 revives and that was the thing making the difference between me making the mission and not, I would be genuinely so pissed. But this was an easy deep dive. Alright, this build, absolutely fantastic. Like, we all know the title of this Randoweisser video is gonna be, you have to try this Randoweisser build. And it's gonna be the most clickbaity thing in the world because, like, EPC was essentially useless this entire time, and that's it. Everything else was fantastic. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. This was a fun build.